Thank you very much, Presiding Officer. Presiding Officer, first of all, I'm pleased to be speaking in this debate. I would have much preferred to have actually been in the chamber today, but as you can tell from my voice, still struggling a wee bit with some illness. I highlight this because the continuation of the virtual sessions has actually allowed me today and other MSPs to still work and contribute from home instead of not being able to participate in the chamber. Today's debate is important, and I welcome both the 2019 strategy and now the 2021 benefit take-up strategy. And as the Cabinet Secretary said in her earlier remarks, the new strategy is based upon 5 key principles. First of all, prioritise person-centred approaches. Secondly, communicate and engage effectively. Thirdly, bring services to people. Fourthly, encourage cross-system collaboration. And the fifth point is continuously learn and improve. Now, I don't think there are any of those principles that any MSP can disagree with. The process is crucial, and quite rightly, it should be scrutinised, but most importantly, for me, are the outcomes. The outcomes for our fellow citizens who need to engage with Social Security Scotland to obtain the benefits that they are entitled to. Every one of us will have heard the claim of people, and I quote, milking the system, and also quoted the benefit scroungers. If the UK welfare system is overly complicated and people obtain resources because of it, I don't blame the people. I blame the system and how it was established. And in the same vein, that same complicated UK welfare system has allowed many people to miss out on benefits who have desperately needed them over the years. I highlight these 2 examples, Presiding Officer, for a specific reason. I accept that establishing any new system will not be without challenges, and some unforeseen issues will be found along the way. There clearly are questions about the formulation process of any system. However, the challenge for any government is how they fix them. And as we have seen with universal credit and the desperate state many of our constituents have been in because of it, and then the failed amendments to it, I hope the Scottish Government and this Scottish Parliament never make those 2 mistakes. This is why I found the new strategy to be refreshing, person-centred, continual learning and improvement, and encouraging cross-system collaboration. Now, the latter will clearly be the toughest challenge, of course. Through stakeholder engagement, the Scottish Government has identified the following as the main barriers to preventing the take-up of benefits. First of all, the lack of information, unawareness or misperceptions about the benefit, entitlement or application procedures. Also, the costly or complex access. That was inhibiting complexity of the application procedure or the lack of resources, including time, limited competences to find somebody's way through the system, and also travel to the Welfare or Employment Office. A couple of things that we've already heard from others today. And the third point is the social barriers, the perceived stigma, subjective lack of need, or pride or lack of trust in institutions. Now, sadly, the stigma about claiming benefits is real for many people. I've had constituents who didn't want to apply for benefits because of their pride. They didn't feel they needed to and wanted the money to go to others, even though there were some people this additional resource would have benefited their life greatly. Now, we've already heard from colleagues, including the excellent speech from Emma Roddick today, about the issue of stigma. And I agree with colleagues about the issue of stigma. We have to do something better about that. And in the Scotland that I want to see the stigma of obtaining benefits removed. There will be some MSPs, including Emma Roddick, who have never needed, there's some MSPs who have never needed to access benefits, but there are others who have, including Emma Roddick and myself. For those of us who have, it was a sobering experience, but also one that stays with you. This is why I absolutely endorse the 3 key principles of the benefits controlled by this Parliament: dignity, fairness and respect. The new strategy is going to deliver a few aspects which I believe will help many of my Greenock and Inverclyde constituents, as well as across the nation. Firstly, actions from the strategy which will build on learning from the 2019 strategy include working with partners to improve targeting of information and advice, challenging the myths and stigma around claiming benefits, and also continuing to remove barriers to accessing social security in Scotland. There's also the other point, and that's the rollout of Social Security Scotland's local delivery network with 400 staff and 32 local authorities. by the time the service is fully operational. That's going to be crucial. This will also enhance many public sector and third sector organisations, including Financial Fitness and Christians Against Poverty, who both operate in my constituency. In addition to this, I believe that establishing a stakeholder take-up forum, proactively identifying examples of best practice, as well as settings in which they might be replicated, will be hugely beneficial, in addition to working with stakeholders to co-design interactive and helpful resources to support the mainstreaming of existing good practices around benefit take-up. There's also the multi-channel financial wellbeing marketing campaign covering free debt advice, affordable credit, and beginning with a focus on benefit take-up. That's going to be vital, in particular the important work that credit unions undertake in our constituencies can play an even greater part in this activity. And with that, I was delighted to meet with the Taylor the Bank Credit Union in my Inverclyde constituency only recently, and I know how important they are to their clients, but also the opportunities that they can deliver for many more people. And finally, working with a range of specific seldom heard groups to better understand and address non-take-up among particular populations is vital. Scotland is a country with a rich tapestry of backgrounds, and I warmly welcome that. Therefore, understanding some of the cultural challenges is vital to actually ensure that all new Scots are equal partners in our nation. To conclude with, Presiding Officer, we all know that as part of the national mission, tackle poverty, the Scottish Government is determined that everybody should be able to access the payments that they are due. I believe this new strategy, but more importantly, outcomes from it, will actually help to achieve this mission. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr McMillan. I now call on Alexander Stuart.